Hey, what's up? Gianni V here, and today I picked up a Captain Rex helmet for $160 off of Amazon. Let's see if it was worth it. Let's go! Alright, so we've got the Captain Rex helmet by XCOSER, and at first glance, this thing is pretty fly, you know what I'm saying? When you check it out, I mean, it's got all the main details that you're gonna want to see out of a Captain Rex helmet. Here, I don't believe it's missing anything in terms of, you know, the tick marks and the welding sections and all that. Looks to be screen accurate. It's got a nice resin cast. It's very heavy, so this thing is sturdy and it is a complete unit. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, like the way that it feels. The vents here in the front are real, so if you plan on cosplaying this bad boy, it's gonna help you, you know, be able to breathe a little bit better. So we like that. And honestly, it's fire. You know, when I opened it up out of the package, I was very impressed at first glances. But I will say, as I continue to look at it and study the details, and looking at the paint and all of that, that's kind of where it starts to fall apart a little bit for me. But before I get into that, I will say that I do love the weathering that they did. It was hand painted, and you could tell that because it has a lot of brush strokes and stuff like that. But they did a pretty good job in the weathering aspect of it. It's got this, you know, tan beige kind of look to it. And it looks like it's just been like maybe sitting in a desert or something like that. And just aged, and I really love that. But as you start looking into like the little painted areas, it's kind of sloppy, you know, it doesn't look real clean and like professionally finished. But you know, you have to really be looking up close to it to really notice that. So it's not that big of a deal, but if you're a perfectionist, you know, it might bother you a little bit. But yeah, guys, other than that, pretty dope. Another thing I noticed here in the black visor, when you look behind it, you can see like a lot of sloppy glue stains and stuff like that. So, you know, a little bit of a turn off, but I'm not extremely concerned because I'm just going to be having it, you know, on my shelf in a bookshelf. So it's not that big of a deal because from afar, you can't actually see all those little details I'm talking about. So it's not a huge deal. But if that's something that you care about, it's something that I'd keep in mind if you're looking at the XCOSER's, you know, helmets and stuff like that. Unfortunately, mine did come with a defect. It's got this like water stain, paint stain here. I'm not sure why or how that happened, but it did come like that out of the box, unfortunately. But I'm not too concerned because that's in the back, and when I display it, you're never really gonna see it. But other than that, guys, I'm pretty happy with it, you know, for what my uses are gonna be. So it just really depends on what you're looking for in a helmet and if those little details actually matter for you, you know. So you guys know already what time it is. It's fit test time. Let's get into it. Don't mind my hair. Got that hat hair, you know what I'm saying? Boom. How do I look? Do I look fly? Yeah. Feels good. Woo! Feels good. It's a little tight in there. The Hasbro helmets have a lot more room in there, but luckily my eyes actually line up just fine. The padding in there is very comfortable. And it was good. I didn't feel like constrained in any way. I did have to kind of lift my nose up a little bit in order to kind of fit my nose in there. But other than that, no problem. One thing I noticed actually just now when I put it on, and I forgot to mention, is that it's completely padded in here, which is awesome. But if you're used to like the Hasbro helmets where they have a bunch of greeblies and little details, and some of them have certain lights and stuff like that, this doesn't have any of that. It's just straight padding. The Hasbro helmets also have a strap at the top that's adjustable in order to fit your head properly. This doesn't have that, right? So depending on your size of head and all that, this may or may not fit, and you might have to do some sort of customizations with you know, maybe adding some padding or maybe even removing some padding depending on what your situation is. But it's something to keep in mind when getting this. There is no adjustable strap, so there might need to be some customizations going on, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So this thing is highly detailed, you know, the weathering is on point, but it just really depends on what's going to be your usage for this helmet. I mean, if you just want this helmet like I'm going to use it for and display it, I think it's perfect. Or if you wanted to use this and maybe do your own custom, you know, Captain Rex paint job on this, another great option. Or if you wanted to just use this as a base to do your own original character, I think this would also be a great option. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, this helmet is only $160, so you kind of got to pick and choose your battles, you know what I mean? It does fall apart slightly with the fine little details, but if you're okay with that, or if you're just looking at it from afar, then it's really no big deal. Let me know if you had any questions down in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you had fun hanging out with me today, please consider subscribing. May the force be with you.